So if I were to go back on what we're missing from this statement for constructive criticism instead of just being mad. Yeah, I see. I'll have to look at it in a second. It's like this. Yeah, yeah, I see that we are looking at the bands, but after our raid's gonna be done in like 15 minutes, so I'll read the band stuff while they're going through the loot. Where's my thing? Okay. Okay. As part of our ongoing commitment to maintaining a productive and respectful testing environment during Alpha 2, we are taking strong actions against behaviors that undermine integrity of this phase. Alpha 2 is a testing environment designed to provide critical data and feedback for the development of Ashes of Creation. Exploiting known bugs, using poor judgment to intentionally break systems, or engaging in any behavior that disrupts this purpose will not be tolerated. Account action summary. 19 accounts permanently banned from the remainder of Alpha 2 Phase 2. That word does not mean what you think it means. All right. 16 accounts received 5-day suspensions for exploitive behavior. What does that mean? Repeat exploiting. 3 accounts permanently banned for obscene naming violations and racist chat behavior. That's good. 37 accounts issued account warnings for extreme harassment. 173 accounts received an experience adjustments and inventory removals of first-time exploiting. 83 accounts experienced full account wipes for their first-time exploitation. Alpha 2 is not a playground for disruptive behavior. It is a collaborative effort where your participation shapes the future of Ashes of Creation. Any intentional engagement with known bugs or exploits or egregious behavior that undermines this effort will be dealt with swiftly and decisively. Our analytics systems are robust and were a critical part to the Alpha 2 entrance criteria. These tools allowed us to identify exploitive actions with precision, and we are monitoring all activity closely. While some of these account actions have already been completed, the remaining adjustments will be finalized by Tuesday of next week. We appreciate the majority of players who are participating in good faith and contributing valuable insights during the alpha phase. Let's keep focused where it belongs. Dude, I don't know, man. I'm not extremely happy about it. I gotta think about it. I really gotta think about it. Yeah, I don't know, dude. So that's a lot of people that exploited. Like a shit ton. And there's not supposed to be like a witch hunt behavior or anything like that either. And it's not like they're going to say... I mean, this is probably the thing that I have the biggest issue with. Right here. I think this penalty should have been harder. I want to say there is probably more. But I don't have that information to really say that. We'll call it a draw. I'm not entirely happy with this, but I'm not also upset. I'm glad they did something. I'm glad they actually banned people. But this is extremely light. Only banning them for the remainder of phase 2 for repeat exploiters. What was your actual thoughts on the bans? I'm gonna watch your video, but I'm curious.
Well, my stance is this. It takes a special person. It takes a special breed to seek out those types of exploits.
Yeah.
I am not that person. I will not do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I'm going to unplug my router at the same time I try to sell this thing. Like, I'm not going to do that. So we need the people
that will do that.
We need them. So if you ban them all, how many exploits are we going to miss? That's my own thing. I think it's good. It shows strength. It shows resolve, and they need to see that the developers are willing to do that. But permanently banning them as testers, I think is probably not great.
Well, they only banned them for the entirety of phase 2. So
A couple of them got perma bans.
Like perma bans? I thought it said only for the
perma bans were mostly for the people that were being racist and saying like actual slurs. They weren't for being exploiters. So
yeah, permanently banned. 3 accounts permanently banned for obscene naming violations and racist chat.
Yeah, so they didn't actually. Oh god, I just ate that heavy slash.
Like the people that seek out those types of exploits, they do that in every game. They know what works and they try it, and when they find it, it's a good thing.
Yeah,
I have never found an exploit like that. Never,
yeah,
because I don't look for it. I just play the game. I play the game as somebody normally would, and if I come across something fucked up, I report it. But like that, the crazy shit, I've never found one, and I probably never will because I don't seek it out. It takes a special breed. It takes someone with experience who's done it before. So if you ban all of those people that find the shit, you know.
Okay, I think your explanation actually just helped me figure out my real feelings on this actually, because before when I read it, I didn't really. Well, yeah, hold on.
You need those people.
I actually disagree with you. I think that's, but I like actually set my feelings because before I was like, I'm not sure how I feel. It feels a little weak and stuff like that. And you're like, it takes a certain breed of people to find these exploits and stuff. They have 3 QA teams. Those QA teams should be the ones doing those hardcore stuff. I think the people that are exploiting, that are actually ruining the system, and also like the systems that we need to test as a general player base, which would be like node leveling, like player progression, and like all the stuff that players normally test. Like I think that's where the testing, like our job as testers, should be. We should just be playing the game like normal players. The QA teams are the ones that should be the ones that are fucking unplugging their routers and shit with inventories and stuff like that. That shouldn't be our job. So like, I think if you are out there exploiting the system, you are actually abusing a part of the testing that we shouldn't. I don't know what you're trying to do, Kree. You're going like,
right here.
Okay. You aren't testing what we need to be testing. You're doing that to get an edge in the system and exploiting and ruining server economy. You're ruining all these other things. So I think it should be harsher than what they receive. I think that my opinion that I posted on Twitter is actually solidified, where if you are a repeater exploiter, they shouldn't just be banned until phase 2. They should be banned until launch, and then they should also be they should have like their Phoenix Initiate or Alpha benefits or whatever of their accounts removed.
Yeah, probably.
So I think it should be harsher. I think they went soft on the penalties. I think people are going to look at this meme and keep exploiting like they have been for the past, 2 years or longer. If you want to go back down to Alpha 1.
That's the other thing that I said too, right? When I say it's a special breed, those people are cheaters.
Yeah.
They're never going to not be cheaters.
Yeah.
So whether you give them a slap on the wrist or you permanent ban, it doesn't matter. If they can't cheat here, they're going to cheat somewhere else.
Yeah, true.
You're never going to get rid of those people.
As a dev, you don't care about somewhere else. You care about your game.
Right. But that's the thing is I'm saying is like I think it sets a good precedent for this.
Yeah.
Like the 173 repeat offenders that got fucking account wiped. Like that's good. Let them start over. Like, when I was a kid and I didn't want to clean my room, I got a fucking spanking. And after about 30 spankings, I started cleaning my fucking room, So it takes a little bit of work, but you're gonna get there. You know what I mean?
I mean, the other thing is like they're just gonna keep using. I guess this might be their reasoning behind it, is they're just gonna use the same exploits to level up because they just want to take the fastest path up.
That's the other thing too. Is once again, I'm happy punishments were no.
Yeah, same.
Again, we didn't get any communication. What was the exploits?
Yeah, what does exploitive behavior mean? Like, what is that?
You didn't tell us exactly what. One, you didn't tell us if any of it's been fixed. You didn't tell us which ones you're focused on. You didn't tell us which ones they're getting in trouble for. Like for instance, the war stuff.
Yeah.
We obviously know that the war stuff was a problem because they fucking disabled the rewards.
Yeah.
So who got punished? The one guy in the guild who was just declaring war over and over and over and over and over?
Or the whole guild?
Or the whole
that were
guild
or anybody using those rewards that were
I
like...
feel like because there was Polar, India, they were all doing it.
Yeah.
And I feel like we would have gotten a lot more than the numbers they gave us.
That's what I was looking at too. I was like, those numbers seem low. They seem really low.
Problems that I'm not okay with, as per the normal for this. But,
Yeah.
so, I don't know. Something's better than nothing. You know, somebody in my chat was like, maybe they just said all that stuff. They didn't actually ban anybody. It's like maybe we'll never.
It's possible.
Know.
I mean,
never
like,
fucking know. I mean,
there were people that were saying that there's people that are
still the mayor in Sunhaven.
That's fucking crazy. That's bullshit. Then
is still the mayor in Mira.
I didn't see anything from TMXD, but I had other people that were seeing shit from him. So I don't know.
So on Tuesday maybe we'll have.
Okay, so hold off my frustration until Tuesday is what you're saying? Because
yeah, if you read the thing, it says some of this has happened now. Most of it will be resolved by Tuesday, or it'll all be finished up by Tuesday. So they haven't been. Some people haven't been banned yet, but maybe they will. So maybe Yokai is just a really honest guy.
Yeah, he's an honest guy. Let me just pull this picture up real quick. I'm just gonna pull this picture up real quick because this is fucking bullshit if he doesn't get fucking permabanned. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. Come on, Roar. Here. How many fucking messages do we talk about in this fucking Discord? Oh my god.
Too many, bro.
I'm just scrolling.
I probably have seen the one I think you're talking about.
Yeah, you have. This is a fucking. It's actually a meme. It's so fucking funny.
Talking about the one where he tells his entire guild to exploit. That one.
Yeah, it's Yokai Treasurer today at 8:32 p.m. Known gold dupe on the server. 1. Sell glint. 2. DC internet. 3. Log out. 4. Reconnect internet. 5. Log into your character. 6. Wait 10 seconds. Close and reopen client. You get the gold. You don't lose your glint. The other guilds are already on it, so use it or lose it, people. This was after Steven said don't do it because other people are doing it. This is after Steven was like, yo, by the way, this is not for us to exploit or anything like that. We just need to find these and then report them. But you know what? He's a good guy.
He's just good looking out, man. He's looking out for his people.
Yeah, he's just helping everybody, you know.
Yeah,
I don't care if that starts drama. That is so unbelievable.
He would not be listed as the mayor anymore, I would assume.
That's unbelievable.
We can, yeah.
Did you guys know I was a cleric all night?
Oh yeah?
Or you're a cleric.
Well, I was on my tank, but my class icon was listed as cleric all night.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh, nice.
Working, dude. It's working.
Well, I mean,
Let's see what the boys are doing up there.
okay. Thanks, Roar. You gave me content.
Don't like us anymore.
You come up there and hang out. It's all the dudes.
You guys are going on Lineth though, right?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go with them. I'm just gonna sit in there. And
Oh, you're just hanging out with them? Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
Sure, I'll see you.
Up to you, my dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, he just glitched back to his spawn point. What kind of skeet learns that kind of shit? You ever disconnect your net to see what happens in a game? I mean, I've played Halo in the past, you know? Like, I fucking did hit the standby button to blue screen people and get ahead in some ranked matches before. I'm not gonna lie. I was 12 years old though. So, you know, I have done it before, but I'm not gonna do it when I'm like being told to test a game and to get ahead inside of said game.
Yeah, I'm not getting.
I'm not getting anything. What the fuck? Yeah, like I was saying, like DCing to get your internet out, like you have to have a QA tester or something. Test that shit. Like expecting the general player base to catch those exploits. Yeah, we will because we've done it before, but like that's not our job. So you're not supposed to rely on us doing that kind of shit. It looks kind of sick though.
All right, Lloyd. I'm gonna head out. I love you. You're a sexy bastard.
All right, I love
Be
you.
well.
Have a good night, Cree. I'll talk to you later.
Too, my dude.
Here, I'll just hop out the Discord. But so yeah, so we were talking about issues with this, right? It's not that it's an issue. It's a good thing it happened. I think this is weak. 5 days suspension for exploitive behavior. No communication on what this means. No idea what this exploitive behavior is, what it's doing. Is this like, why is it a 5-day suspension? That's really weird. Is there any repercussions with this when they enter back into game? Like if they were a mayor, does that mean that they are still mayor when they come back from their 5-day suspension? Like we don't know like the repercussions of this kind of thing. 3 accounts permanently banned for this is good. Obviously, we don't want any, slurs, racist chat behavior. We want those people basically out of testing. It doesn't belong there. So that's obviously good. 37 account warnings for extreme harassment. That's huge. That's also the same thing as this. So we're going to say good. Oh, fuck. When my mouse is on 10,000 DPI, I'm not a very good drawer. So let me lower that. So we're going to say weak. Question mark, I guess. And then we're going to go 37 good. 173 accounts received experience adjustments and inventory removals for first time exploiting. I'm going to go neutral on this one. I don't really care. First time exploiting. Wipe them, sure. All right, we'll make that good. Good/neutral, whatever. 83 accounts experienced full account wipes for their first time exploitation. Is that not the same thing as this? Experience adjustments and inventory removals. So that's not character wipes. What's the difference between first time exploiting and first time exploitation? Is there a difference? More offensive exploits. 173 was likely Titan's Ring. I can tell you there was more than 173 people in Titan's Ring. Like consistently. I can go back to my video and watch it. And this was just the first time I went there. This continued on for like a full week. You're telling me it's just these people that they banned? Yeah, there's a whole lot of shit. Yeah, so here's my issue with it. You have a bunch of people abusing these events. You have a skeleton crew that can't ban anybody on the spot. Steven comes in, he wipes them a couple of times. He comes to here to remove them from the space. He basically just kind of kills them all here, even like the people that were watching. It was kind of funny. And then I guess he wiped them, their characters or something when he did that. But the issue with it is when he did that, when he did that, Mirlith was winning, and then this Grem event that like is always like right here around this area. I forget where it's at. I think it's like right around here. Or no, it's in Winstead, so it's like over here. This Grem event was being like abused, and so people were using the Grem event to level Winstead. So Mirlith and Winstead had normal advantages because they had these events that gave a shit ton of XP. So Mirlith and Winstead were leveling super far ahead. We're supposed to be testing the vassal system. The vassal system is actually getting ruined. We can't actually test it because what happens because of these events that were being abused by exploitation, we are absolutely unable to test that because Steven manually levels all the nodes. And because he manually leveled all the nodes, all of these were level 3, and then these were like level 2 at the end of it. And then these eventually get leveled up later. But yeah, so like people were like manually leveling these ones from like level 2, even though these were all like manually leveled to 3, and these were locked. The XP was locked. We don't get to test tier 4 nodes, which are supposed to be coming this phase. We didn't get to test the vassalship system. We didn't get to test the general experience gain that we are supposed to get through progression, through questing, through mob grinding, etc. And so a lot, and then also like New Ayla doesn't have like any points of interest. So New Ayla is obviously going to be one of the last ones to level because there's like really nothing there. So, and then they added Befallen Forge, which is a level 25 dungeon. So that's not going to be happening at the beginning of the phase. There is a lot of issues with the beginning of this phase that were outside of that. And I doubt that only 173 accounts are Titan's Rings abusers. I doubt 83 added onto that is the amount of Titan's Ring abusers. My guess is it's much more. In that their Eye of Sheol is not working properly. Yeah. And if they were Titan's Ring abusers and they didn't get punished, then, you know, maybe they said, hey, look, that's our fault. That's our bad. We're not going to blame the players for that. But that doesn't, it's not stated anywhere in here. The communication is not stated for that. Right? So if I were to go back on what we're missing from this statement for constructive criticism, instead of just being mad, it's nobody knows what exploitive behavior means. We don't know what first time exploiting or the first time exploitation difference is. Why is there a severity difference here? Like, if you were a first time exploiter or got your account wiped for first time exploitation and you don't know why, they might do it again. If the players are unaware of their actions, they're unaware of what happened. J-Man, thank you for coming. I appreciate you. And then for the repeat exploiters, this is really weak. Only okay, so just we need to remove this word entirely. They're banned for the remainder of Alpha 2 Phase 2 for repeat exploiting. So these guys, I think they got off like a bandit. Like they should be way worse. For repeat exploiters, they should be banned until launch, and they should be able to buy a new account for $100. Intrepid can get that paycheck. They can come back and keep exploiting. But yeah, QA team should be the ones that are testing these like disconnect problems. The QA teams, that the two of them that they have, should be the ones that should be testing like clipping through walls and clipping through areas and figuring out all that stuff. While we as a player base, our job for testing is doing player-based testing on systems that require like a lot of people, such as nodes, the vassalship system, how mayoral system works, our feedback on like how that affects the world, our congestion and points of interest and how that affects PvP, how that affects all that. We have easier ways to start testing the ways of corruption and party systems, and we have a lot more feedback into that and to figure out those types of things. But for exploiting like glint exploits and stuff like that, that's not necessarily our job. We found it out, but that's not necessarily our job as testers. Nothing about this hammer will discourage the major exploiter guilds that we all know about. Pretty sad. Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like they're just going to keep exploiting, and they're going to look at this and they're laughing at it. Like, we've seen that type of behavior from them previously. When Steven was mentioning about dropping the hammer, you would see them in the Vira Discord and they're just laughing. They're like, rules for thee, not for me, you know, like these kinds of jokes. Like, it's pretty unacceptable that they're allowed to just get away with it. And this number, while it's good this happened, and while I'm happy that they did something, seems extremely low. From a just feeling based, I feel like it's low. I feel like it's underdone. And we don't have any real information on what this means. We just see numbers and we say, okay, Intrepid's doing something, I guess. But is it anything meaningful? I'm not sure. It's not a playground for disruptive behavior. I don't know. I don't think it's good enough. I don't think it's strong enough. I'm happy they did something. I'm happy they permanently banned people that were like extremely toxic. There's some questionable things that I would like elaborated on. We have until Tuesday for them to keep doing more. I was talking to Roar already. Apparently, Yokai is still mayor of Sunhaven when he puts out statements like this. This is after Steven says, don't do something just because other guilds are doing it. You know? Like, him still being in the game and still being the mayor is a little sus. So I'll wait until Tuesday before I lose my shit on it. I'll wait until Tuesday until I lose my shit on it. But yeah, if there's favoritism being shown towards like PI, there's going to be a ton of people that are pissed. And the integrity of Intrepid would definitely be at risk. The Intrepid's integrity would be at risk. So, and because you can't buy into PI anymore, it's like its own exclusive club where people that say rules for thee, not for me. Really, that's really just what it is at that point. If those bans don't go through. And you know what? They can come back at launch. That's totally fine. But don't ruin a server economy and how server actions are supposed to be done and expect to live free in this testing environment. Especially after you were warned. You've been warned pretty much as a PI the entire time that you've been watching. And I know Yokai is a specific person to go after. I don't have anything wrong with Yokai as a person, but as a tester, that's insane to think you can keep getting away with that kind of thing. If he wasn't one of the permas, then I'm out. Yeah, like I said, like Intrepid's integrity is on the line here. And there's a lot of people that are watching. A lot of people. Like, it's fine. Like, I'm not mad at them for doing it. I'm mad at them for how soft the slap is and for how little the amount of people. And I don't have those metrics to prove them wrong, right? They could go out and just show me, hey, by the way, these are the numbers. Here's the data that we have done, but they don't want to witch hunt. And we don't, like, the community is really small right now, right? Like, we know certain people. I've already witch hunted one person, but whatever. They already know certain people are going to be attacked because of like their exploitive behaviors. If they like release that information, that's not something that, as a company like Intrepid, can do. But you know, I'm mad at how badly they communicate all of this, and that's kind of like been Intrepid, right? Is like open, transparent development. We're trying to communicate everything that we do with you guys. And it seems like every time they try to communicate, the community is left wanting. There's a lot of communication issues lately. Like, you don't want us using these exploits. We are your testers. We should be aware of what is being exploited. What is exploitative behavior? What are these rules that you're laying down, right? People are going to be confused. People are going to get banned, and these bans should be harsh and they should be severe, but they need to lay down what is the structure of why something is an exploit. What is exploitive? Where are the gray lines? What will people get banned for? What will they not get banned for? You know? If they don't set precedents, they don't tell us exactly what's going on, we can't help them. We need Intrepid to help us help them. And currently it's really low at the moment. So I'm hoping phase 3 is better, because the amount of players that we've lost in phase 2 is rough. This game is awesome. I love this game. I would personally like it if there were some better communication from Intrepid on these things. It's going to have long-lasting detrimental effects. Absolutely. I agree. Just make a server and ban all exploiters to that server. Fixed. Is it though? Like, do you think those players will play on servers that all exploiters are on? Like, I've seen that multiple times. Like, there's a lot of people that want that, but I'm not sure if that's like, using that server costs money, you know? Like, if I'm a developer, I'm not spending money on people that are trying to ruin the game, you know? Like, that shit costs dollar bills, y'all. Sorry. You fucked up. We told you not to do this. You did it anyways. Your fault. Goodbye. It's your fault. Yeah, they can buy another account. That's fine. Give us $100. Exploit again. We'll get better at our figuring out what an exploit is and how to determine who is doing these things, and then we'll ban you again. Give me another $100. You're gonna keep doing it over and over. I'm gonna increase my security system, and you're gonna get banned every single time, and I'm gonna make money off of it. That's how you do these things. It only runs 3 hours a week. Yeah, nobody's gonna play that shit. You are wasting 3 hours a week. Like, when I first saw it, I had to think about it, and I wasn't really sure how I felt. I was like, okay, it's good, but I was still like, there was like some part of me that was irritated, and I couldn't figure it out. And then I talked with Roarrior on it, and then I was like, okay, I understand why I'm mad now. Like, I understand why I'm upset. And it's mostly because lack of communication. It's lack of what they have said. They said that the hammer will drop. Okay, it dropped, but kind of. Not as. It was more of like a slap. The hammer slapped. The hammer touched the butt a little bit. I don't know.